What's up, everybody, and welcome once again to The Flex, brought to you by Gym Bag Entertainment, and this is your fantasy football update show. And today, I have some sad news, some devastating, some upsetting, powerful news for you. Be ready, but your boy got dominated this past week. I mean, out of 4 leagues, I only won in 1. And it was the pay league. The non-pay league. The free league is the only league I got my first victory. So, cheers to me for getting my first victory in that league, which I don't really care. It's a free league. My team is stacked, but just for whatever reason cannot pull out a victory. But with that, in one of my leagues, in my main league, the league that I love, the league I was in first, I just took first place in, my team put up 70 points. Patrick Mahomes injured after only putting up 9. Chris Godwin, Odell Beckham, and James Conner all on bye weeks. David Johnson, 0.2. Singletary, 2.4. It was not my week for fantasy football. You know what I'm saying? That was just a terrible, terrible situation. One of my other leagues, I actually lost by just over a point. That one really burned. I was coming up on homeboy, about to take that victory, and then I fell shot, tripped right at the finish line. You know what I'm saying? Fell on my face, broke my nose, bloodied my lip. It was just ugly. It was not very good for your boy. So it is what it is, but we move on and we live to play another day, right? So we do that. But I always like to give you some updates on the leading scorers, and I was just doing that as the camera started rolling. So I'm also still pulling up one of my leagues to find out who the top scorer was. With that being said, in my main league, the CFL 2009, the leading scorer once again, as always, is Pennywise. Pennywise going up against TDs and Tiaras, and he takes home the W, 196.04 to 143.36. Taking me and dropping me right out of the first place position where I had been comfortable. And like I said, I put my feet up and made a sandwich. He done kicked my feet off, threw me out the door like my name was Jazz from Fresh Prince, and then ate my sandwich. It was sad. It hurt. But at the end of the day, you still lost to me, buddy. You still lost to me. I removed you. You did not remove me. So with that being said, I feel good about that particular instance. And it's going to feel just as good once I take it back from you. So don't get comfortable, because your boy is coming for you. At the very least, I will be facing you in week 14, the last week before the playoffs. And then in my other league, the Elite League, Little Something You Digs beats Beantown Bananas for the lead score, and he only got the lead score by 0.69 points, so pretty cool. But he wins 169.76 to 113.24, handed victory. And let's see what we got over here. In my final pay league, 2K19, actually, the leading scorer is the person who beat me. I Bleed Green beat me, King of the North, 165.76 to 88.64. My team decimated. Alvin Kamara out, Devontae Adams out, Matt Ryan got injured in the game. You know what I'm saying? What's going on here? I can't catch a break. I couldn't catch a break. This was just not my week for fantasy. But like I said, we come back strong and we put it to them. So next week, hoping to give you some better news. So now let's go on to who you should start and who you should sit. All right, Washington playing Minnesota. So right from the jump when you hear those words, you hear play Minnesota defense. Right off rip, Minnesota D. Washington put up a goose egg this past week. So, if you don't put up points, you don't take away from the defense. I expect it to be just as bad, if not worse, going up against Minnesota, which means play Kirk Cousins, play Stephon Diggs, play Dalvin Cook. And I might even venture to say, pick up off the waiver wire and start Kyle Rudolph. This is a great matchup for him. He just scored a touchdown this past week. I like it. Do it up. And most people have been starting scary Terry McLaurin, but going up against this tough Vikings defense, he's going to be going up against Xavier Rhodes. I don't like his chances. So I'm staying away from everything Washington, including Terry McLaurin. Seattle versus Atlanta. This looks to be what looked like it would have been an excellent matchup. But now they have Matt Schaub as their quarterback. And we all know, if you know football, you know Matt Schaub is a bum. A bum. So, am I going to play anybody from Atlanta? Yes, I am. If you got Julio Jones, you got to start him. If you have Devontae Freeman and he's your number 2, he might be suspended because he's the one I lost by a point because of Devontae Freeman. Homeboy decides he wants to be bigger than he is and punch Aaron Donald. Who the hell? Why would you punch Aaron Donald? I don't think MMA fighters themselves would punch Aaron Donald and little tiny midget Devontae Freeman go and throw a punch at him. What? Gets ejected from the game with 4 point something, and I lose. Couldn't you just got another 15 yards, bro? 15 yards, and I'm good. Nope, couldn't even do that for me. You're whack, and I'm gonna bench you this coming week. I'm benching you. Melvin Gordon, step up. So if you got Devontae Freeman, you might want to be leery because he could be getting suspended. If he's not, maybe you could play him. But in Julio Jones, but after that, man, it's looking real tough. Austin Hooper, ooh, Calvin Ridley, ooh, Mohamed Sanu, Mohamed Sanu is no longer Atlanta Falcon. He's a New England Patriot. You know I love that. You know I've been wanting it. But for Seattle, Tyler Lockett must start. Chris Carson must start. Russell Wilson absolutely start. It's gonna be crazy. And you know what? This might be the one week I'll say start Seattle's defense. Matt Schaub playing at quarterback probably ain't gonna do too well. So, yeah. I'd play their defense this week. Philly going up against Buffalo. This has the makings to be just an awesome game. Both teams just playing right around mediocre, but against each other could end up playing pretty tough. Look at that. My mom's calling me. I'm going to put my mom on speaker. You never ignore your mom's phone call. Hello, Mother.
What are you doing?
I'm on TV filming my show, and now everybody gets to hear my mom talk on the show because I can't ignore her call. How can I help you?
Nothing. Forget it. I forgot you were working.
Oh, yeah.
I'll call you later.
All right. I love you.
Love you too.
Bye. So that was my mom. And back to the show. So with Philly and Buffalo, I really like this matchup. But when it comes to Philly, I think you could start a good amount of people. You could start Carson Wentz, Alshon Jeffrey, Zach Ertz. I don't know if I trust the running game. I've heard some rumors. Going on that Philly could be looking to acquire a running back. And for some reason, even though I was ready to divulge this news to you, I'm blanking on who the running back actually is. But I know that Philly is looking to acquire a new running back. And it's going to come to me. And as soon as it does, David Johnson. Oh, no. Please do not let this happen. Philly sucks for running backs. They suck. It's where running backs go to die. And I'm hearing that there's rumblings that they might try to acquire him. I hope that doesn't because that might lower his fantasy value. But So I don't like Philly's running backs in this game, but I like Alshon Jeffrey, and I like Zach Ertz, and I like Carson Wentz. For Buffalo, I think Josh Allen can get the job done. John Brown has been playing exceptionally well, and Cole Beasley scored a touchdown. So those guys are looking good. Devin Singletary is a bum. He come up playing against a whack team and doesn't even against Miami, and he gets no burn. No burn against Miami. Singletary, you're a bum. So I'm not playing any of those. I'll two wide receivers and a quarterback, and then a quarterback, wide receiver, tight end. That's what you got right there. I don't think I'd play either one of these guys' defense. Buffalo would probably be the best option, but I don't know if I'd do that against Philly. Chargers are going up against Chicago, and you know what? I don't even know what to think about this game. But guess what I'm not going to do? I'm not going to start anybody but Allen Robinson from this game. And, I mean, maybe Melvin Gordon if you don't got a choice. Your second round running back's on a bye week. I know I have that going on. I have to play him, but, oh, that's ugly. I don't like anybody in this matchup. Allen Robinson maybe because that backfield, the backfield on the Chargers is abysmal. So, yeah, Allen Robinson can get some burn, but that's a tough game. I don't even want to play Keenan Allen. That defense is tough. I don't want to play Keenan Allen. Giants are going up against Detroit. This looks to be a fun game. Detroit has been like just losing games. You know, they've been in the fight, putting it down. Well, Marvin Jones had 4 touchdowns. Like, it was ugly. Actually, did Detroit win that game? Did Detroit win? I felt like Detroit maybe won that game. I'm going to look that up. I'm going to look up and find out, did Detroit win the game? Because I don't know. Uh-oh. This just in, Robbie Anderson might get traded. I don't know. We'll see what happens. We will see what happens. Well, while this is pulling up, in the Giants, in the Detroit game, I like Golden Tate. Golden Tate's been showing us a little something. And then also, I think Evan Ingram, I think this could be his bounce back game. He hasn't been doing well. I feel like this is the bounce back game for him. I think he's going to put up some numbers here. And, you know, Saquon Barkley, he got a touchdown last week, but he wasn't really looking all that great, to be honest with you. I didn't see greatness, and I saw him kind of hurt himself. If you got other running backs you can play, I might wait another week to start Saquon Barkley. This Detroit defense is not easy, so I don't know if I'd want to play him against Detroit. With Detroit Lions, Marvin Jones coming off a hot day. Yeah, they're gonna get the coverage on him, but I think he's gonna follow up. I don't think he's gonna get 4 touchdowns, but I think he has a good game. And Detroit Lions, they lost. Marvin Jones scores 4 touchdowns, and you still lose? That's pathetic. That's pathetic. Ugly. So, Matt Stafford, Marvin Jones, I like him. Kerryon Johnson, out. Injured reserve. Drop him now. Pick up Ty Johnson. Ty Johnson is the pickup of the week right now. Off the waiver wires. Grab him up. I don't know about putting him in your starting lineup, but if you're desperate for a running back, you might want to put him in your starting lineup. But, yeah, T.J. Hockenson maybe T.J. Hockenson because they're going up against this Giants defense. I kind of like it. So let's go with Daniel Jones, Golden Tate, Evan Ingram, Matt Stafford, Marvin Jones, T.J. Hockenson. But also grab Ty Johnson up off the waiver wire. Tampa Bay and Tennessee. You know what? I think I'm excited about this game. I think I actually would like to watch the whole game because, I mean, Tampa Bay's coming off a bye week, well rested. Is Tennessee coming off of a victory? I feel like Tennessee coming off a victory on the Chargers. Now, is that impressive? Not so much, but they did get the victory. So now they're going up against Tampa Bay, high-powered offense, looking pretty scary. I don't know what's going to happen, but I think you could start a lot of people in this game. Obviously, you're going to start Godwin and Mike Evans. I think in this game, Ronald Jones might do okay. Jameis Winston, go ahead and do it. Roll the dice. Ryan Tannehill, hell no, you don't start Ryan. You never start Ryan Tannehill, ever, ever. Even if he gets a 40-point game the next week, don't start him. Derrick Henry, though, I'm liking the way he's looking right now. So let's try to go with him. And let's go with Corey Davis and A.J. Brown. Tannehill has been throwing the ball pretty well. So I like all those guys. They got no tight end. Delaney Walker's out. So these guys got to step up. Go ahead and play him. Not Adam Humphries yet. He hasn't shown you nothing. Stay away. Denver's going up against Indy. Another game where Denver's just going to get slaughtered. It would be mad funny if they won this game. But it's the battle of the Peyton Manning teams. And I kind of like that. Peyton Manning teams going up against each other head to head. I say start Phillip Lindsay. Start Cortland Sutton. Start T.Y. Hilton. And you know what? Someone told me last week that I should have picked up Pascal. And I did not. Pascal scored 2 touchdowns, 25 points. This week, I'm going to tell you, go ahead and play him. Play Pascal. Pick him up, play him if you're desperate. I could have used him. I wouldn't have won even if I picked him up, but I could have used him. Cincinnati's going up against the Rams. And you know what? I don't know how I feel about this game. All I do know is Tyler Boyd is not going to have a good game. They got Jalen Ramsey, and Jalen Ramsey kept Julio Jones to 12 points. He's going to do way worse than Tyler Boyd. But I do like Adam Tate. Adam Tate's been playing really well. He got you like 12 points this past week. I think he goes for more because, you know, Jalen Ramsey's going to be on the other side of the ball. So I like Tate this week. I like all the Rams wide receivers. Start Woods, start Cooks, and definitely start Cooper Kupp. Todd Gurley should have a great week this week, and probably even Gerald Everett. Jared Goff, the entire Rams as a fantasy whole, play everybody. Cincinnati's terrible. Cincinnati's absolutely terrible. Greg Zuerlein, get them all in there. You know, have an entire day of LA Rams. It's all LA Rams in this game. Cincinnati, you can't start nobody but Tate. You heard it here. Nobody but Tate. End discussion. Arizona's going up against New Orleans, so absolutely sit everybody in Arizona and start everybody on the New Orleans Saints. Obviously Michael Thomas. I'm starting Teddy Bridgewater this week. I'm praying to the football gods that Alvin Kamara is healed up and ready to go because I need him back in my lineup. And I don't really need him, and I have him, but I don't need him. But Jared Cook, we need him to get healthy. If he's healthy, he is going to have a game. Arizona is terrible against tight ends. Jared Cook going to be scoring touchdowns. So let's see what happens with that. The New York Jets are going up against Jacksonville. Trade deadline's coming up, and I'm hearing rumblings about the trading of Robbie Anderson. Whoo! That would be a nice little trade right there. Who could need him? Who could need Allen Robinson? What team would want him? I mean, Denver just traded away one of their hottest commodities. Emmanuel Sanders. Maybe you make a trade and you grab Robbie Anderson. I don't know. Washington, you got no wide receivers but Terry McLaurin. If you get Robbie Anderson, maybe you might win another game. Miami, you got 0 wins. Maybe Robbie Anderson could help you get a win. Pittsburgh Steelers are in desperate need of wide receiver help. Go ahead and nab them up. Green Bay Packers, you got nobody. I mean, you got Marquise Valdez-Scantling and Geronimo Allison and, Lazard. But Robbie Anderson could get you some real help. San Francisco 49ers, you just grabbed Emmanuel Sanders. Why don't you go ahead and sneak off and grab Robbie Anderson while you're at it? Could really, really add some help right there. But for the New York Jets, I would say Le'Veon Bell is a good place to start. And if Chris Herndon's in, I'd play him. When it comes to Jacksonville, I might roll the dice on their defense, but I think the slaughter that the Patriots put on them demoralized them. Could that encourage them to play better or worse. If you want to roll the dice and bet on worse, play Jacksonville's defense. Leonard Fournette, always a start. He's been playing like a straight beast. And DJ Chark. Those are the guys I like in this game. D.D. Westbrook if you're desperate. Carolina's going up against San Fran. You always want to start Christian McCaffrey, but this is going to be a tough game for him. San Fran's defense is just brutal. They're brutal. So I don't really know. I don't want to tell you to start anybody in this game. If I'm being honest with you, I don't want to tell you to start anybody going up against Carolina. But Carolina did acquire Emmanuel Sanders. Would you want to start him this week? No. It's his first week. He hasn't had a full practice yet. They're going to give him a handful of plays, and they're going to run those over and over again. So I would not trust Emmanuel Sanders in his first game against Carolina, who does have a tough defense. So I don't know if I want you to start anybody in this game but George Kittle. There it is. George Kittle, maybe even Greg Olsen. George Kittle, Greg Olsen, the tight ends, they look good. I say maybe go with that. Cleveland's going up against New England. So what that means is you start nobody from Cleveland unless you're like me and you have to play Odell Beckham. And then when it comes to the New England side of the ball, we start right from the top of the pile, New England defense that had 3 interceptions, a forced fumble, and a fumble recovery. I don't know how many sacks they had in that game, but it was just a disgusting display of excellenceness. That's not a real word, but I'm excellenceness in that game. It was brutal. Then you go ahead and you start Tom Brady. We just got Mohamed Sanu in the trade. You like it. I know you do. Don't start Mohamed Sanu. He's just getting in. He's not going to have enough time to accumulate. He might get a touchdown. So if you want to roll the dice and you're desperate, go ahead and throw Mohamed Sanu in. He might score a touchdown for you. I mean, Antonio Brown in his first game on short notice, he scored a touchdown. So, maybe he gets you a touchdown, and if you're desperate and you want 9, 10 points, okay, go ahead and go with Mohamed Sanu. Sony Michel, play him. James White, play him. Don't play Dorsett. Don't play Josh Gordon because he's probably going to be out. Julian Edelman must play. I mean, it's really Cleveland's going to get slaughtered in this game because it's going to be because of high volume. Patriots are going to make the Cleveland Browns go 3 and out. Then they're going to they're going to move the ball downfield. They might not always score, but they're going to move the ball downfield. People are going to be catching the ball. People are going to be running the ball, and the offense is going to be on the field so much that it's just going to be high volume. So absolutely play everybody from New England. Oakland going up against Houston. This could be a really exciting game as well. Oakland's been playing really well. What did they do? 24 points up against the Packers, losing to the most amazing performance by Aaron Rodgers. So, but I like Waller in that game. I like Josh Jacobs in that game. Obviously, D-Hop, you always got to play him. Kenny Stills is taking over for the injured Will Fuller, and Kiki Kutsi scored a touchdown. So it's looking real good for all those guys. And Carlos Hyde. Carlos Hyde is I think is gonna have a good game this week. And Atkins, the tight end, he's been doing some stuff. If he's touchdown reliant. If you're Mike Johnson and you're desperate for a tight end, Kyle Rudolph and Atkins. Those 2 guys are looking fabulous, and nobody has them. So if they get injured because you have them, you're going to be good to go. Green Bay is going up against Kansas City, and where this would be an amazing matchup, Patrick Mahomes is gone, baby. He's out 3 to 5 weeks. So keep him on your bench. If you have an injured reserve slot, keep him in there like I did. Green Bay is just going to kill it. I mean, they don't have anybody catching the ball. I don't know if Devontae Adams is going to be back this week, but at the end of the day, you got Aaron Rodgers playing like a man possessed. He wants to go to the Super Bowl, baby, and he's making big things happen. Now, you have Tyreek Hill, you have Hardman, you have Damian Williams, and Travis Kelce. But then Matt Moore is throwing the ball, and I don't like that. So Aaron Rodgers must start. Aaron Jones must start. And Marquise Valdez-Scantling is worth throwing in. And Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce are worth playing just because of their names alone. After that, I'm afraid of everything else. Green Bay's defense is looking real good this week. As well as San Fran's D and New Orleans D, Rams D, Indianapolis D, I almost want to say Tampa Bay defense, Detroit defense, Chicago defense, Seattle defense, Minnesota defense, all those guys are good. And then finally, Miami's going up against Pittsburgh, so Pittsburgh's defense looks good. Juju Smith looks good. Mason Rudolph should be back. So if you're desperate for a quarterback like I am, you could throw him in. Devontae Parker looks really good, so I'd play him and see what happens. Outside of that, I got nobody else for you. James Conner going up against Miami, so you want to play him. Like I said, pick up Ty Johnson, the running back from Detroit, because Kerryon Johnson's out. I'd pick up Jimmy Garoppolo if he's on the waiver wire now that he has Emmanuel Sanders. I wouldn't play him this week, but starting next week, he's going to be getting awesome. I would look to trade Dorsett and Gordon if you have them. With Mohamed Sanu coming in, one of those guys is getting dropped, and the other one's production is going down. Trade Tyreek Hill. Right now, Tyreek Hill's volume's right up here. His trade value's right up here. And he has a quarterback who's way down here. Now, he might be able to make things work, but why risk it? Before his volume goes down, trade him away for somebody you can get something good for. Try to trade for Stephon Diggs because Adam Thielen's out for a week or two. Stephon Diggs is gaining ground. Trade for Mohamed Sanu. I just traded Phillip Rivers for Mohamed Sanu. I was mad amped about that. I traded before dude got to see the news about it. By the time you see this, if people in your league haven't seen the news about it, then they deserve to get bamboozled. And also try to trade for Emmanuel Sanders. Now that his quarterback is Jimmy G and he's playing on an undefeated team, his production should go up starting next week, not this week. And with that being said, that's all the information I have for you today. Make sure you check out Gym Bag Entertainment on YouTube, baby. Check out the Flex, check out the End Zone, and Tail of the Tape. And until next week, you have a great night. Good luck.